Hello there, and welcome to episode number 73 of the Marketing SOS Show. My name is Eric Key, and the purpose of the show is to help people like you out with marketing. Whatever questions you have, people like you in the audience will send me questions, and I do my very best to answer them here on the show. Now, thank you so much for tuning in this week. We are in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic here in North America, and I'm sure marketing is one of the last things you have on your mind, but thank you so much for tuning in anyways. It's a hard time for everyone right now, from individuals like ourselves, you listening and me speaking, as well as businesses, small businesses, large businesses, how to navigate this crisis. And really, we're seeing the economic impact of everything. So all that to say is, yes, there's much more important things to worry about right now than marketing. But, hopefully I can give you a bit of an outlet here to think about how to rebound once we get over this, or how to take advantage and do things right now that you didn't have time to do previously. So on this episode, I have an interesting hypothetical question from Christine about how I would market the Corona beer at this point in this crisis. So I have some strong thoughts on how I would do this, but I'll get to them right after this. So Christine writes, "Hi Eric, if you were the chief marketing officer of Corona," that's the Corona beer company, "what would you do to turn the virus situation into a competitive advantage?" Christine. Well, Christine, this is quite the simple answer. The answer to this question is you don't do anything. Ethically, it is wrong to take advantage of the situation. You don't want to be lumped into the people who have hoarded toilet paper and are marking things up by 90% online or selling them outside the Costco. That's against what everyone's saying you should be doing, as well as everyone around you is going to hate you. Now, business-wise, anything you do that appears to be taking advantage of the situation for the benefit of the company will come across as crass. If you do a tongue-in-cheek ad campaign about it to distance your brand from it, Corona will get a ton of negative pushback that could hurt them for the long term. You do not want to make light of the situation that's gripping the globe and killing people, and is all anyone can talk about. Now, there's a couple of optional things you could do that may get you some public attention, like donating money to hospitals and people affected by the virus, work with airlines to bring people back home. This could be lumped under like social responsibility and not straight up marketing. But what are you going to do? Are you going to put out a press release looking for a pat on the back that you did this and hoping to get attention? People aren't dumb, and most of them will look at this as extremely self-serving. In my humble opinion, Corona needs to ride this out. If they try some of these tactics, it could further associate them with this crisis. If I'm leading Corona, I'd be scaling back all of our marketing spending until after this subsides, and probably for some time after that. Like, once a sense of normalcy has come back for a few months, then I would get back to marketing as usual. Now, maybe, if they want to toe the line here, use that ad budget money that they'd be spending for this year and freely give it to hospitals. Or honestly, buy up a bunch of masks and ventilators, things hospitals are going to need. In the communities that Corona is located in, like the bottling facilities, headquarters, and things like that, and work with that hospital and give it to them. But don't go looking out there and trying to get the media and everyone to pick up on this story. Don't try to manufacture it. Just do it silently, and, maybe it gets out there and that's fantastic. But don't try to make this into something. Don't try to make this into a marketing or public relations stunt, which is what it is, essentially. But if it comes from a place more of being altruistic and wanting to help in this situation, then that's fantastic. But realistically, Corona has nothing to do with this virus, other than that they share a name. So it's no different than Budweiser or someone else doing something like this. So if they're going to help, it should honestly just be in medical equipment and helping first responders and the people on the front lines. No kind of funny ad budget, nothing like that. Now, if I am the CEO, what I would do is on social media, I would just be doing social media monitoring. No posting of anything. Just responding to comments, no further ad buys or campaigns. Lock that down and don't start putting the Corona brand out there while all this is going on. Now, with the company pulling back on all the marketing that we're doing, I would take the time to forward plan into the future, figure out strategies and ad campaigns for 2021 and beyond, and start getting ahead of the curve now. You still got a team of marketers there. Get them working on future planning. But, for the next few quarters, maybe in the next year, nothing. So get ahead of it. And, it might be fantastic to have a pause on executing right now for this quarter and looking so far ahead. Honestly, that's an opportunity that I would love to have. So take advantage of it, despite the poor circumstances, would be my advice. So, Christine, thank you so much for the question. A weird one for sure. It's definitely timely. But it is strange that it is one that you wouldn't want to take advantage of. I mean, it is a crisis right now, and Corona is in a very awkward and weird position, having their company so closely tied in name to the virus. I'm sure they're happy that people are now calling it COVID-19 instead of coronavirus, because coronavirus is a bit of a misnomer because there's many coronaviruses, like SARS is a coronavirus, and I believe the regular flu that comes around is also a coronavirus. But this is just a new novel one for 2019, which is why it's called COVID-19. Usually I would always be the first to recommend it, and no matter whatever situation you're in, find the positive way to take advantage of it or to learn something from it. In this scenario, it's something that's unprecedented in our day of online media, social media, and just an interconnected world. Nothing like this has ever happened that grips the entire globe. So Corona needs to distance himself by being silent. When people are dying en masse like this and getting infected, and hysteria is paramount and running rampant across the globe, and everyone's so worried about this, it's not the time to look at how you as the brand can take advantage of it. You as the individual needs to back off, go home, and take care of your family. Honestly, that'd be my advice for the Chief Marketing Officer of Corona. Get out of the office, go home, self-isolate, and enjoy the time you have off with your family. So while we're here in lockdown, if you have a question for me, please drop me an email at eric@marketingsos.ca. Happy to get to it, happy to answer it, and to see what it is. So honestly, I'm here for you. I got your back, so take advantage of me while you can. And with that, my name is Eric He. Thank you so much for listening, and I am out.